Easing back really slow. I hope that's a big keeper. Usually by now I've got into, there's one right there, into some big ones by now. There's one. That feels like a good one right there. All right, so give you a little heads up. Now we were out here yesterday and we did catch a few. So I was a little bit kind of optimistic that today might be able to produce a few fish. So I thought, well, I got a little bit of time this afternoon. Let's see if we can get down here for a couple of hours. And while this sun's supposed to be out, guess what? The sun ain't out. So we're kind of screwed in that department. But right now, we're gonna park that camera bag right there. Park our rods right here on this rod holder. It's a public rod holder right there. So we got this big old camera bag, old low pro camera bag, Pro 35. This is probably from back in the 1990s, back when they used to make things halfway decent, because it's still going strong here. Got a toboggan if it gets too cold. Got a couple of little gloves. Got my Nikon in there with a 300mm lens. Got some lures here. So as you can see, we got a good steady wind right here today. And it's coming back into the cove. There's a boat out there. We're gonna start off with this little curly tail here. It's got a bunch of dirt on it. But that's what we left off with yesterday, was this little curly tail, and it seemed to be about the only thing that produced anything. So I'm gonna start off with it today there and see what we can do. All right, we got this little white curly tail on there, kind of crooked, but got a kind of a pinkish head. We're gonna fling it out there. And just see if we got any big slabs out there today. Some big slabs. With this cloud and the wind kind of up a little bit, I'm thinking we'll catch one or two or three, possibly. Now this boat that's out here, if he's been trolling around back in here, he could have been disturbing things a little bit, but I kind of doubt it though. We got one here. Bringing it back over that little stump right there real slow. It feels like a good one too. Holy crap. That might be a white bass. If it's crappie, it's definitely a decent one. I was thinking about hanging on to a few crappie today. Yeah, it's a big old crappie right there. That's going to be my biggest one for a while. Let's get him up here and get him on the stringer. Well, that's a pretty decent size one. Definitely going to be a nice keeper. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Name on that white curly tail grub. Really a nice one. Look at that, boy. And that little white curly tail grub right there. Get him measured up here and see what we got. Yeah, he's going to be about a little over 11. Definitely a keeper. So I think I'll put him on the stringer Have my first little batch of crappie here tonight, maybe, or tomorrow night, maybe. Yeah, I think we'll put him on a stringer here. We can get 2 or 3 more to go with him. We got plenty of light right here today. I was out here yesterday and caught 3 or 4. We got the moon in our favor today. The moon should be coming up right over that direction. Right over that direction. We got the sun going down over here. Hopefully it'll pop out of the clouds right there. Take your little string, handy dandy string, and wrap it around about 2 or 3 times like that. Then just set your rock back down. That's really about all you got to do. See, that gives him plenty of water to hang out there. And then if at the end of the day I decide not to keep him, turn him loose and he'll be in good shape. So let's get back down here and see if we can get another one. That's exciting to know we got a keeper right there. There's one right there. Just crawling it along right there, son. Focusing on as slow as I can get it to go right there, really, and there he was. Had the camera running and everything. What about that? He don't feel all that big, but hey. Speed number 2 for the day here on this Friday afternoon. We'll take him. He ain't that bad. It's kind of a thick little, stubby looking little crappie. Pretty little booger. Not a lot of color. They kind of laid low today, probably. There he goes. See if we can get another one here, just as slow as we can, bringing this little white curly tail along. That's how I've caught these 2 today. We got one on a stringer. The weatherman kind of messed us up a little bit today. He said we were going to have sun today, get up near 50, but so far that ain't happened here, and it don't look like it's going to happen. GoPro, start recording. Yeah, we were recording. We got a big one here this time, folks. A big one. I don't know what we got right here, but we got a big something or another. Probably a big white bass. It feels like a giant crappie, really, but I don't think it can be. It's just too big. I go easy with him here, make sure I'm recording. In case it is a crappie, you never know. No, that can't be a crappie. Hopefully it's just a big old white bass. Yeah, big old white bass. Get him on a stringer, he'll eat up good right there. Come on, big boy. There we go. There we go. We'll put him on a string with that crappie right there. We was hoping to get one more fish, honestly. Main reason I kind of hanging out here right now was so I could catch one more right here. Yeah, that'll help out a lot, boy. Big female full of eggs, looks like. There we go. Yeah, not bad. See if we can find their stringer down here. Big, heavy white bass. I'm going for my little crappie right here a little bit. Yeah, that'll be good. There you go. Big white bass and a big crappie. Let's see if we can get something else right here before dark. We got about an hour and a half of light left. If that sun would come out, it'd make it a little bit easier on me. It's cold out here today, my friends. Really cold out here today. Alright, we're going to go over to this little green, kind of a little green curly tail. Yeah, green with a pink head. I don't know how well that's going to work, but so yeah, we've gone over to this little green curly tail. Got a nice little action in the water. That little kind of pink head. Give them something different to look at besides that white. We got about an hour and a half of light left here, I guess. About ready to give it up. So I caught that white bass and I thought, well, let me just hang out a little bit longer. Only about an hour and a half before dark, so we've gone over to this little green curly tail just to see if that might help out with the crappie a little bit. Little green curly tail's got a good action on it. I don't know who it's made by. It's just an old curly tail. I've had these for years and years. They're probably 20 or 30 years old. But it's got a real good action at kind of a slow crawl here. Which seems to be the ticket today. The slower the better. Even that white bass, I just barely crawling it along, really. Got a crappie right here. On a little green jig. It's not really big, but hey, kept getting a few little bites out there. I mean, he ain't bad. But he ain't gonna be big enough to keep though. We're gonna get him turned loose here and see if we can get another one. I think that's 3 crappie today. Yeah, little buddy. Missed one right there, pretty sure. Right now, it actually should be a pretty good time. The moon is coming up on full here pretty soon, next day or two. And it should right now be coming up over that horizon pretty good, maybe already up over the horizon. But of course with the clouds, can't really see it. But it should be a pretty good little window of feeding opportunity right here, right now. Just a little surprised we're not doing a little better than we are. You know, a good cloudy day like today. In years past, we've had crappie stacked up in here pretty good on days like today, this time of year. But unfortunately, this year definitely seems to be down. I don't know if I've just timing has been off, but it does seem like, for one, I haven't really got into any really significant numbers of big ones, you know. Usually by now I've got into, there's one right there, into some big ones by now. There's one. That feels like a good one right there. If I don't lose him, can't let any slack in that line. When you get a crappie on there, your hand slips off of that handle like that and it gets a little slack on it, you'll lose him. But we got this one. I don't know if he's going to be big enough to put on that stringer or not. He feels like he might be. close right there. I'm gonna measure him up since he got that one on the stringer. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna make it, but we'll see. Uh-oh. Kind of hard to measure like that. Yeah, he's gonna be short. Yeah, he's just under 10. He's close though. That's a Ranger will get you on that one right there. He's just under. Let's throw him back. Too bad. I need one more crappie for that stringer, but that's alright. We'll get him turned loose. It's a nice looking crappie. A little small. We'll turn him loose. There you go, little buddy. See you on that next one. Alright, well, we got them liking this little green jig right here a little bit, folks. So, all we got, maybe another a little bit of light left here. We'll see if we can get back out here. Kind of back over here to the left a little bit more than normal for some reason. Up here a little bit. Alrighty. Gonna use your own back, yeah. You got him. Feels like a small one, maybe. He sucked it down. Now I'll tell you what, he come up there and sucked that big old float under. Don't feel like we got a lot of weight to him here, but it's, I don't know though. Hard to tell. No. Yeah, a little yellow bass. Them little yellow bass will fool you. I may go back to this white one here. I think that's what's been messing with me a little bit. He'll get you. Alright, we're back over to the white curly tail here. Finish up right here at dark. We should be able to get one more decent one for the stringer here. Feeling pretty confident about it. Back on this white one. It seems to have a little more action on that tail than that green one. Particularly at a slower crawl. One right there. Easing back really slow. I hope that's a big keeper. Feels like a better one. Yeah, that's a better one there. Yeah, if that's a crappie, that's going to be a keeper, pretty sure. It is a big crappie. There we go. That's a big one. Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones today, I believe. Yeah, that's a nice one right there on that white curly tail. Right here before dark. There we go. We know that one's going to measure up. Really nice one. Look at that, folks. Boy, he spit that little curly tail out. That's why you got to always be careful with them. Got to always be careful right there. Alright, let's get it on the stringer here. See how big he is right here. Okay, right there, folks. Show him off a little bit. This lighting's pretty bad out here, so I don't know if I get a thumbnail here or not. Definitely a keeper though. I'm glad I hung out for this next one. That'll be two big crappie and that big white bass. So yeah, we got over 11, about 11 and a half inches. their sun, folks. Now the weatherman said it was going to be mostly sunny all day today, and here it is dark and the sun finally comes out. Beautiful though, absolutely beautiful. Right at dark here. We'll see if we can get one more crappie.